Hello my friends, here's the video that I promised demonstrating how to thread the Berninas. This is a Bernina 1008 model. Some variation of this series is what I have found most commonly in costume shops throughout my career. Let's start by threading the spool from the top. Put your thread on the spool pin closest to the thread guides. You won't need the second spool pin for anything in this class. Pull your thread across to the thread guides. Hook it into the first one here on the top of the machine. Run the thread along the channel going toward the front of the machine. Pulling the thread down, hook it under the vertical hook on the front of the machine and then bring it back up to what I think might be called the thread take-up. It's the uppy-downy thing that moves when you turn the hand wheel. This is a good place to mention that it needs to be in the up position to thread the machine. The thread take-up has a handy channel in it that makes it easy for you to hook your thread through it. After you hook your thread, bring it back down towards the needle. There is one last thread guide just above the needle. Hook your thread behind it and thread your needle from front to back. This is a good place to point out that your sewing machine needle will have a flat side and a round side on the part that fits into the machine. The flat side goes toward the back. Another important thing to remember when threading any sewing machine is that the needle always threads in the direction that the bobbin loads in. If you are using one of our industrial machines, the needle will thread from the left to right. Once you have the needle threaded, give yourself 3 or 4 inches of extra thread. Make sure that it is under the presser foot and going back behind the machine. Now that you have the top of the machine threaded, it is time to load your bobbin. To begin, open the little door under the needle plate. Pulling the small latch on the bobbin case, remove it from the machine. Remember that as long as you hold the bobbin case by the latch, the bobbin cannot fall out. Remove the previous bobbin if there is one. Place the new bobbin into the bobbin case in such a way that when you pull the thread, it unwinds in a clockwise manner. Run the thread into the notch on the side of the bobbin case and pull it under the tension spring. Now your bobbin case is ready to load. Holding the bobbin case by the latch, place it back into the machine with the pointy piece up. Make sure that it is snapped in securely so that it doesn't spin around. Now it is time to pull the bobbin thread up through the needle plate. Taking hold of the upper thread that should already be in the needle with your left hand, turn the hand wheel toward yourself 1 full rotation with your right hand. Pulling gently on the upper thread will hook the lower as you turn the wheel. As soon as you see the bobbin thread, stop turning the wheel and use the upper thread to pull it through the needle plate. Once you have the end of the bobbin thread out, close the door to the bobbin housing. Pull both the upper and lower threads toward the back of the machine and make sure that both are under the presser foot. Now your machine is threaded and you are ready to sew. Remember, if your stitch gets messed up and you think your machine is broken, don't panic. Before you do anything else, rethread your machine. Most of the time, the problem is that it has just come unthreaded. Take a deep breath, rethread your machine, refer back to this video if necessary. Go forth and happy sewing!